that is? How much is a gram? Bro, in today's day and age, like 80 to $100 on the normal end, or like, or you're in LA, it's more, dude. You're in LA, 100 is like the bullshit, dude. Dude, it's, bro, I mean, let's operate on the assumption, let's be conservative and say, okay, getting fucking $80 a gram, right? If he sells it all by the gram, that's which he's not. With 3,000 grams, you're not serving gram bags all the way. You're definitely hooking people. This is the plug for like the mid-level plugs, you know? Like this guy is serving like your boy. You grabbed an ounce of, you know? That's who this guy's hooking up. All right, so 3,000 grams. Let's say he gets $80 for him. He sold it by the gram. That's $240,000. $40,000 if he sold every gram of that for 80 a gram all the way up. All the way up. But I get fish scaled 95 at 8 ball. Dude, I think you're smoking. You're smoking fish, dude. This guy, you're snorting it, dude. My bad. But this guy, that's straight. That's straight lidocaine and.
It's 3 narc. Bro said it's lidocaine and. Oh my god. Yay, Mir. I'm gonna play Arma. Arma's nice to me today. And I can actually like play it and it's not fucking gay. Oh, why does he look like on? Come on, man. Give me something good to watch. Oh, wait, no, I'm on the wrong account. That's why. Yes.
The background NPC is like one of the best channels that Asmongold has ever put on game. So I've been wanting to watch this shit. I don't know what it's about. It's probably about making all the video game characters fucking ugly as shit. So let's get into it. I love when women, this is why I like watching black people talk about black people. I love when women talk about the mistreatment of women, when they're not like retarded femcells. I love this from this perspective. Let's get into it.
Hi, it is so great to be back. I have missed you guys so much. I know I was gone for a little while. I'm so sorry. Between the holidays, work, catching up on games, getting a new puppy, and then unfortunately getting
we better get puppy pics, dude. I love dogs so much, man. I got Mango, bless his heart. Editor, put a cute photo of Mango right here. Oh man, I love it. It really does change your life.
Sick. It has been a lot, but I am doing well now, and I can touch more on all of that at the end. But first, we have to catch up on everything that has happened while I was gone. Clay Obscure had a massive sweep at the Game Awards.
I got a new thumb rest. My pistol came in today. It's very nice. It just attached to my Picatinny rail, and it just covers it. But it's very tight. It gives me such a nice nice amount of real estate on the front of my gun, and when I just like push forward, it's just whew. It does kind of like obstruct my like front here when I'm racking, but it's really not too bad. I can get used to it with training. But it feels very nice. I also got a 22 kit for my AR, which can't really show because all it does is it replaces the bolt carrier group in here, but it's not a normal bolt carrier now. Like forward assist doesn't work because it doesn't even ride on anything because all the action's up here. So it's just this tiny little thing, and I think I'm gonna go shoot it tomorrow. That's my plan. I'm gonna go after I get done at therapy, and then I'm gonna go bang bang skeet skeet at the range for a few hours. Hopefully it's not busy so they aren't like kicking me out.
So we went 0 actually. We've got a necessary handbrake on here to get some good grip. And we also upgraded to some Hey guys, with that hand into end. Gotta go. Good shot. All right, works good. So
and you by crashing our games transit.
On this episode of Tweaker,
What the
researchers
fuck?
spot us upside down a diaper of scans the palm trees to absolutely nothing. It is full string tip.
Give my life and armor. OG, can you hear me on video coming? You got drone support. I'm spotting enemies for you. There's enemies in the wet building ahead of you. Copy, thank you.
Sorry, I'm sending to. I just sent this shit to my fucking friend. So fucking funny. It's just like it's a dude like tweaked out in a fucking adult diaper and a strainer on his head, just like trying to shoot something out of a tree. It's fucking hilarious. It's just so, oh my god, it's so just mad marvelous, you know, mad marvelous. I'm down. This never ends. Alright, let's go back to this.
Last year, and we also witnessed the trailer drop for the new Divinity game from Larian. We saw not one,
Which looks crazy, by the way. As a huge fan of Divinity myself, I can't wait to play this. I still need to beat Baldur's Gate 3, though. I don't know why I can beat Divinity 1 and Divinity Original Sin 2 like so many times, but I can't beat Baldur's Gate 3 a single time.
not two, but three versions of Lara Croft get introduced. We learned that it is
Yeah, I also, like, dude, I don't understand what they were thinking by making Lara Croft's new boobs, like, so fucking small. Like, her whole gimmick is that she had large triangle jugs, and then they just took them away for fun. Like, what the fuck are we doing, man?
Yeah, why did we do that?
It's not that I need women to have huge boobs, but, like, that was, like, her whole gimmick. Her whole gimmick was having huge fucking jugs.
We learned that it is totally okay and even encouraged for devs to give feedback on how to make a character hotter, as long as it's Leon Kennedy and as long as the devs are women. A game called Code Violet came out as a PS5 exclusive.
There's nothing wrong with you wanting your characters to be hot. It's called fantasy for a reason. You want to feel like you're these characters. You want to feel like you're sexually attractive. That is the whole point of fantasy games.
Why, you ask? Because the devs said they did not want PC modders to turn it into a Gooner game. Well, given the game's poor...
Everything is a Gooner game if you try hard enough, man.
Yep,
okay?
facts.
Straight up. Okay, and here's the other thing. The reverse happens. It's like the Streisand effect. The more, like, conserved video game developers make a character, you're just incentivizing R34 artists to do the work for you. You are, bro. Hey, it's the truth.
Reception. I bet they wish the Gooners were here now. We also got new Fable news, and while I am still...
The Fable game breaks my heart, bro. I love this series so much, but this looks so trash. And I'm gonna play the whole fucking thing. I'm gonna play the whole fucking thing and give it an honest review. As a huge Fable fan, I would argue, out of every streamer on this platform, No one loves Fable more than me. This game gave me comfort when my house was burnt down. I had Fable 3 and I had Skylanders. I fucking love this game. So good. I'm praying to God it's not as fucked up as I think it's gonna be.
I'm not 100% sold on this one. I will at least say the world looks very whimsical. It gives a lot of Hogwarts Legacy vibes.
Sure, I like the Mushroom Village, and I like the fact how if you kill that giant, his dead corpse just lays on the ground and like increases or decreases property value. Like, that's cool, that's immersive, but I have a feeling that's an exception, not the rule. Editor, cut that out. I want everybody hearing me sneeze. Also, I think this shit looks good.
People games, Knight's Path and 1348 X Photo both dropped trailers, and these two games pretty much perfectly sum up the state of the discourse in the industry right now. And then finally, there's Highguard, which launched and managed to break almost 100,000 concurrent players.
And now, just yesterday, it almost broke 100 players.
Fortunately, it has now lost about 90% of those players and is sitting at like 20,000 mostly negative reviews on Steam. And while everyone is mad at Jeff Keighley for promoting this game, I am more concerned about Jeff himself. He was the sole marketer for this game.
Sure.
Basically the only one. What do they have on him?
Yep.
Anyway, the start of 2026 has been a lot, so let's jump in. I was late night scrolling through Twitter last week when I came across a post of this cutie. It turns out she is a romanceable character for the upcoming game Knight's Path, and
I thought that was a real human being. What the fuck? That's in-game graphics? That's crazy. Highguard has 1,800 players right now. Bro, we have more viewers here than Highguard has players in their whole game base. That's insane. Dude, that's crazy, bro. Shit, maybe I'll play Highguard. Or, sorry, Knight's Path. I'm not playing Highguard.
Oh, wow. She's really pretty. That was it. That was my whole thought. And I was about to keep scrolling, but then I remembered. That's not allowed. Not around here, partner. Not around here.
Wait a minute. Nice-looking women? Why aren't they fat lesbians? Off with their heads!
Like clockwork, I checked the replies, and there it is. Goonerbait, incel game, and I just have to ask, have we really fallen this far?
Yes.
Have we gotten so used to
Yes, and we will fall further.
unattractive female characters that look like they were generated by an AI trained on solely mugshots that now a woman with a normal, pretty face is considered Goonerbait? I would like to add, it is literally just her face. The picture is from the neck up. She is just standing there, minding her own business.
Women exist. Community. She's literally appealing to the male gaze. Goonerbait. It's like she's having sex right in front of me. Okay, dude.
Prettily, and the horny police say straight to jail. But honestly, I was so proud of the devs for sticking to their guns amid the backlash. This art direction came directly from a poll that they had run previously with their audience, and they followed through wholeheartedly. But then came the thing that really set people off. Someone asked if there would be representation in the game, and the devs did the unthinkable. And I realized in that moment that it would not have mattered how they said it or what exactly it was that they said. The problem was always going to be,
oh my God, I never saw this. I hope you have LGBTQ representation. We care about gaming and fun, not modern agendas. Boys, hey, I'm pre-ordering that shit day one.
that they said no. And you know what? Good for them.
Yep.
Because if this industry is going to course correct, we need devs who can say no without fear.
Yep.
The pendulum has just got to swing.
Swing back.
This is what it looks like. We need devs that are solely focused.
And you know what's really scary right now, guys? The pendulum was almost fully swung back to normal. We're swinging back to woke. And I can feel it coming every day. And I am trying my fucking hardest every goddamn stream to just merely talk and express myself like a normal human fucking being. And even that, people send me messages worried about like, I don't know.
Can we get any transport over at Maine? What the fuck is even going on the map? But we're doing like really good. Got them pushed back pretty far. Ahoo! Bilbo Baggins. So we got level 4 dodge, Krampus, Thwacked, Hippie Melons. Nice. Butt Patrol. Hey, Corporal Hippie Melons, you have the best name here. I just want to let you know. Noah. Oh. Well, you win forever. Just know that. Alright, hey mates, I really love your stream and enjoy being part of your fan community. Would you mind adding me on Discord? No. Part of your fan community? What in the fucking AI is going on here? Fuck are the trucks? Loading up a truck at Maine. Anyone who wants to roll out in this truck, load up in. I need a navigator. I am the man. Everyone knows my mom's address. I wonder why. Yep. Yeah, she gets around. What the fuck, dude? I just died. Oh, I'm just bleeding. I kind of want to die. Anyone want to shoot me in the head? Just kind of finish it off. Bro, if someone's not gonna kill me, can you stop? I'm bleeding a lot. Live, die, whatever. Yo. Let's get close to airfield, I guess. Oh. Alright. Look like a guy. want to suppress it right now, but you don't know what you got till it's gone. Oh. It's hacking gas station right now? Kinda sounds like it. My question is, are they even playing the game? Yes. That an APC? Oh, that's not fucking good. Copy. Yo, we're getting... Fuck. We're under attack at gas, we need support. scared the. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Are you bleeding? Are you hurt? Oh, not too bad. You need a bandage? Okay, castle, across the way, across the road. Yeah, I gotta pack some mags real quick. Alright, I'm Gucci. I really need a suppressor to tame this muzzle flash. What? Oh no, I need a suppressor. This running hot is not my favorite way to run at night. Alright, that first wave seems to be over. We should probably counterattack. Can I get confirmation that that was an enemy little bird that just flew over gas? That enemy little bird is officially burning on the ground somewhere. Copy, I'm holding in the building. Oh! They threw a fucking grenade on me. Fuck, if anyone's in this building, I just got naded. Oh, shit. I got hit by a grenade. Someone threw one up here. No, not the enemy. Hit me with a grenade. If you got some stuff, that'd be cool, though. You're good, bro. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Nah, it's cool. I was shooting at the dudes that got dropped off in the field over there after that little bird got shot down. that was my muzzle flash. This is why I told I think the guy earlier I need a suppressor. I have epinephrine on me. Oh, thank God. My hero. And also... Yeah, no, I would have been fucked. I got some broken shit. Broken bones. I'm moving like mad slow. Really fucked up. Moderate blood loss. Sorry, I don't have a saline. Oof. My legs. He blew both my legs off. Yo, if anyone at gas has a med kit, I'm in the building right next to the objective, second floor. I'm really fucked up. I can barely walk. Nah, it's cool. You ain't gotta do shit for me. The guy outside of the building with me. Oh my God, my fucking hero. Are those our friendlies underneath us, or is that... my fucking hero? This is why I haven't gotten out of the building yet. Oh, that guy's dead. Life's expensive, bullets are cheap. Oh shit, that was a rocket. Can't see fucking shit right now. Mind. Oh, there's a stairwell over here. Yeah, this shooting coming from across the street. I got you, bro. Hold on, hold on. Fucking sounds like it. Bro, chill. Get the fuck out of my window. He's in the bushes across the street. My goodness. Oh shit. It's not good. Accuracy, that's also. Take some drugs, bud. Oh! Really, guys? Really? We're just fucking shooting friendlies while I've been up in the same building the entire fucking time? Fucking retards, dude. That was a good, like, 20 minutes of life, though. That's why I play this game. This is fucking sick. Pray to God I can get back in that fucking building. This fucking little kid, bro. It'd be cool. Oh, what the fuck? Hey, if I could get someone besides this fucking toddler to help me inside of this building on gas station, that'd be great. We're gonna fucking lose gas station because fucking retarded. Alright. Hopefully I can re-equip here. Yes. It's definitely a trap. I was in a building defending it with that kid, and he shot me at least 3 times. I think you should give the British guy a chance. Over. Well, maybe he's Scottish, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, and I'm fucking black. Yeah, and I don't have AIDS. This is Trashbrin, who's pushing up from Foxtrot to a gas station at the present moment. Who wants to get sucked off? Over. Don't we all? I love how chat just went from angry to really, really gay really, really fast. In real war, it's even gayer. Over. This is Trashbin. Enemy forces are pushing up from gas station to Foxtrot. Over. I'm kind of immersing myself. Over. God, Mom, you always ruin it. Alright, we're sneaking back up on the base. There it is. Just need to get to this next tree line. And then I'm gonna go around back. Probably try to get up in that building if I can. That's my spot. Don't want to pop up yet, just in case. Use the grass to my advantage. This is Trash Bin. I am approaching gas station from the southwest portion of the map. Over. Only on Tuesdays. Over. You fucking piece of shit. You fucking piece of shit. You human piece of fucking shit. You asshole. God. That was actual fucking horseshit. I know what's wrong with it. It ain't got no gas in it. Kiss your boys goodnight. Have you guys ran into that little kid that's been playing around here? Yeah, I was over at gas with him. My fault, bro. I didn't know you were a teammate. I think I heard that 3 times. I brought 20 smokes and 10 frags. Oh, bro, I push with smokes, bro. Oh, bro, when I play the game, I play the fucking game. I've been playing this shit for like 2 weeks, but like I've been playing shooters for like a long time, and this game scratches the itch that almost makes me feel like I'm about to die. Like, defending guests... Yeah. Suppressing fire means something in this game. Alright, so not yet. We don't want to... So what we want to do is there's going to be like a dirt road, and we'll want to go right of the dirt road. Right of the dirt road, and we'll cut around the backside of gas. I was over there earlier, but I ambushed a supply truck. Yes, that's enemy. I think that thing just crashed. Friendly. Old enough to where you can... Oh, no. Old enough to drink the juice boxes up in the cabinet. They're there every time I come over. His mom leaves them up there so he can't get them. This shit's intense. I'm in enemy lines right now. I'm at them. Whew. How you boys feeling up here? That was the most disturbing thing I think I've ever heard on Platoon chat. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, bro. Yeah, dude. Yo, whoever owns or is in charge of this server, can you please ban him? Jesus Christ. Bro just talked about molesting a child. Like, there's a line. There's a line. Bro just talked about tying up and molesting a child. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I would personally go buy a 45 just so I could watch your head explode when I execute you. Jesus fucking Christ, you are filth. That kid TK'd me like twice earlier. He knocked me down with a grenade, he shot me in the chest. It was a fun time. You want me to get you, baby boy? I can't do shit for him. I'm fucked. Baby boy, best I can do is a smoke grenade. I hope you get up. Alright, I'm sorry, brother. Oh, you pussy bitch! I died. That's ass. No, I don't. I just wanna create a clip. Why can't I create a clip? Oh, this has been one hell of a push, dude. This has been a crazy push. Alright, I will be right back. I'm gonna go take a piss. After. Oh, no, I'm for pie, shit. Guess we'll spawn a truck and put some stuff in there, huh? We need supplies on Fob Foxtrot, over. Oh, I see what he's doing. Didn't even know you could load supplies from the truck. That's kind of crazy. What? Oh shit! Oh! All right, I'm gonna go smoke. I'll be right back. No, shut up. Fine. You don't Alright, I'm back. Ooh, I see. Alright. I was gonna like smoke this whole thing outside, and then I realized it's incredibly fucking cold outside, and I don't want to do that. Fuck that. I got fucking back pretty hard. I gotta fix this. Hey, is anyone running transport from main fob out to any objectives? It's short. Like Putnick School is just so big. That's cool. That's look like goofy. Let's stick it there. Wish Berlin was on. It'd be fun to play with him. I haven't played with him in a minute. That reminds me. There we go. It sucks that like there's not really many people doing transport right now, but it's fun to just drive around the map still. Like even if you're not in action, it's still fun to kind of just like explore and adventure because the map's just so big. All right. Bro's hauling ass. That's a Cobra. Hopefully Industrial's not under attack right now. Oh shit, did not mean to do that. Hopefully Industrial's not under attack right now. Enemy little bird heading toward main FOB. Don't know what the fuck it's doing over there, but it looks like it's looping back around towards industrial zone. It's flying low, just keep an eye out for it. Hey, Mixie. What do you see from that roof? Over. You doing Lachi? My fault. That's always nice. Wait, no, I have a tracksuit too. Let me. Oh. No one built arsenals anywhere except for the main fobs. Couldn't tell you. Sometimes this server works, sometimes this server don't. Just, you know. The vehicle is locked. Oh. Yeah. You want to head over to Industrial Zone, Vermont? I was just over there. It's overran as fuck, but we can definitely make a good push in there. I joined the server and we were kicking ass, and then out of nowhere, it's like everybody left and just decided they didn't want to play the game anymore. Was that you guys trying to build those mounds to, yeah, I was over there earlier. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you can see underneath the mound at your feet. Oh my god. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Oopsie poopsie. I've driven big shit like this before. It's not easy to drive. Nothing armored, but like definitely a Class C vehicle. Womp womp. This place is gonna be crawling with bad boys. Damn it. It's behind me. I am getting hungry. I'm gonna go lay out. losing. Oh no. Plus Vermont though. That's kind of cooked. They all just landed right behind where I spawned. Yeah, that was cooked. I didn't even have time to go down to my red dot. Fuck. Ugh. Oh, Mr. Frog, what do you see up there? Give me Overwatch, I'm across. Alright, that guy is just screaming. Alright. That hurt my pussy. They were over there the whole time. Uh-huh. It's like really hard to do anything right now. I go back here just to keep fighting. Any bodies on it? Hey, Blackout, what do you see over there? That sucks. That fucking sucks. We're down bad right now. I knew it. I knew it. I fucking knew it. My gun was still on fucking semi-automatic. Oh, so frustrating. So frustrating. Fuck is it not? Oh! Oh! Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Different zone. Try to respawn. And after this, I'm gonna go cook. After I cook, I'm gonna, what's it called? I'm gonna play some WoW. But we'll still keep rocking out like this. Can't I, like, spawn something? Oh my god, I can. Oh, he just got shot out of the air. Hey, did you get shot out of the air? Oh, shit, our boy over there just did. You want me to spawn another one? You want me to spawn another helicopter? Yeah, you can just like do whatever. I don't know how to fucking fly that thing. Sure, why not? I'm on mouse and keyboard, dude. Yeah, nah, yeah, let's not try that then. Wait, there we go. I feel like no one's been running troop transport all match, and that's part of the reason why we've been getting our asses handed to us. I've been watching the enemy little birds land all match. Why aren't we dead? I don't know. Hey, was anyone shooting a helicopter out of the sky a second ago? Over near main FOB. Good luck seeing me, cocksucker! I watched that last round make connection with me. That hurt my feelings. Let me check my meat. Shut up. Alright, my meat is ready, so I'm gonna back out of this. I will be back in about 15-ish minutes, so I will see you then. BRB. Fuck.
Or if you should say that, bro, I am just talking how any normal human being talks in real life at a fucking Walmart, at a fucking card store. And people are this worried about it. It's crazy, bro. Do not let the pendulum swing back. We should not have to actively censor normal fucking conversations and normal fucking topics that everybody talks about in real life. I hate internet talk. And I already hate how one of my favorite words I can't say on the internet. I hate it. And sometimes it still slips out. It's happened about 4 times so far since I'm back to streaming. It's not the N-word. It's not. Okay? Jesus.
On the story that they want to tell and something that they are truly passionate about. Rather than trying to cater to the modern audience or make something for everyone, we need devs who aren't bending over to appease journalists or loud Twitter activists, devs who are not using their Steam page solely as a LinkedIn diversity statement. Knight's Path is a game that knows exactly who it's for, and it is building for them. And it turns out actually a lot of gamers because they are already at 200,000 wish lists, including me, and you may or may
I'm gonna play the fuck out of that, man. That's great. Devs pushing back and being normal again. I fucking love it.
not hear my voice in there somewhere whenever the game releases. Now,
Oh my God, bro. Knight's Path, hit me up. I'll do that shit for free, bro. It would be an honor.
if Knight's Path isn't your thing, that is totally fine. You do have options. You could check out 1348X Photo, where you play as an angry lesbian knight with a bowl cut on a revenge quest across medieval Italy. And
Finally, I can play as an ugly bitch. Yes, dude. I wonder why gacha games don't release banner characters with just ugly fucking fat lesbians. I wonder why they don't do that. Holy shit. At least China has a brain in that fucking noggin of theirs.
I do say this genuinely, that is one of the most unique, yet also not unique pitches I have heard in a long time. Why does she suspiciously look like Bella Ramsey? I don't know. The game also features Jennifer English, though, who I love so much, and I think she is so talented.
I don't know who that
I
is.
will be honest with you. You know how I feel about
What the fuck is that? Jesus. What is that?
my female characters, and when I saw the trailer, my thought was simply, I am not sure who is, but I certainly am not the target audience for this, and I clicked off. And apparently,
Yep.
when the X-Photo devs saw everything happening with Knight's Path, they could not do the same. They hopped into the discourse with a snarky modern agenda tweet of their own, and journalists immediately materialized to defend them. Here is what is so funny to me. If you are confident in your game and your audience, why say anything at all? Well, apparently they can dish it out, but
You know who I think is like a perfect example of like a character that's not looted at all, but like actually is just a hot looking badass female character without being gooner bait? I think Ciri from Witcher. I think they look fucking awesome. You know, they look cool. And it's not like the players are going to be playing with a massive fucking boner the entire time. I mean, I think Ciri is like incredible design. Very, very, very good. Very strong woman, which is fine. Right? I think her writing is good too. Really enjoy it. Speak for yourself. I don't know, man. I really like Ciri. I don't know, bro. Like, I am stoked to
really enjoy it.
Find her in The Witcher.
Speak for yourself. I don't know, but I really like Ciri.
Yes, Ciri. Witcher 3. Like, don't get me wrong. I do think Ciri is hot as fuck. I do. But it's not like, oh, I got a goon right now. I just think like she looks cool. Like, she just looks good. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in these photos, like, I feel like Ciri looks fine in The Witcher 4. To be like, dude, I would even say I think she looks good in The Witcher 4. I know people are freaking the fuck out over it, but I think she looks good. But I see hella motherfuckers tweaking out over this, and I'm just like, bro, how? She looks fine. She looks 50? Well, I mean, people do get older. And I think the reason why she probably looks 50 to you is because she's become a full adult now. She's older, and she has white hair. I think she looks great, my opinion. In Witcher 4, she looks like she's older, lol, not woke. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I think as well. But we'll see how it looks when the full gameplay footage comes out. But for right now, I'm not worried about Witcher 4 at all. I'm not.
Not take it, because they have now closed their Steam discussion boards. Very knight-like, very chivalrous. And speaking of double standards, we have to talk about the GOAT himself, Mr. Leon Kennedy. I will admit, even though I am so excited for the game, I am way too much of a baby to play Requiem when it comes out, so I will have to watch my husband play through it first. But we recently learned that during RE9 development, a lot of the female devs had input on making sure Leon stayed hot. And they were getting very detailed about it, like the wrinkles on his neck detailed. You know what? I respect it. The response from everyone has also been great. Joking about it, celebrating it. Yes, give us more hot Uncle Leon, but
hot Uncle Leon.
I do start to smile a little bit. We just
Wait, am I crazy? Am I tripping? I thought Leon had blonde hair. Wait, am I fucked up? Why is his hair brown now?
I think you might be fucked up.
His hair was blonde before, right?
Oh yeah, keep time.
Oh, that's dirty blonde. Maybe it's just the shadowing here. It's a dark shot? Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Is where I do start to spiral a little bit. We just went through this whole thing with Knight's Path. A female character shows up with a nice face, and suddenly it is incel chud bait. But for some reason, the same energy does not exist for Leon and his carefully workshopped neck wrinkles. Nobody is calling those devs weird for putting thought into making him attractive. They are passionate about making him attractive, and there is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you know what's crazy as well, background NPC, and hopefully you see this reaction one day. You should look at the reaction to all female gacha game characters in every single game and how they'll all be called like horrible abominations, and then go see the blinding support for Love in Deep Space. Yep. Yeah, an all-male gacha game where all the characters are like BDSM, like fucking, stripper wear with their fucking nipples out and their cocks hanging out. Everybody says, oh, it's so empowering. Oh my God, finally some representation. Yeah, it's bad when the men do it, but when the women do it, it's fine. Imagine that.
They enjoy it, the audience will enjoy it, and it will help sell more copies of the game. And
also the game is like top 5 performing gacha games of all time. Yeah, I know. Women are gooners too.
It's the same thing with Lara Croft, a character who has always been meant to be attractive.
Yep.
But the recent reboot comes out, and suddenly people are clutching their pearls over her outfits.
I'm gonna be real, bro. If Lara Croft is ugly, there's no reason to play Tomb Raider.
Nope.
And this bitch right here, not a fan. 0. I think she looks good here, though. Here, not a fan. This, pretty good.
Wearing makeup in a video game where she fights dinosaurs. Why does she need mascara to explore a tomb? I don't know.
Why not?
Why does Leon need neck wrinkles to fight zombies?
Yep.
Why does anyone need to look good doing anything?
Yep.
It is a video game. It is for fun, escape, and enjoyment. Rules for thee, but not for hate.
I can't believe, not for hate, good one. Actually, that's beautiful. I'm gonna steal that. It's crazy that people draw the line at eyeliner, but because it's too unrealistic, but they're not questioning fireballs coming out of people's hands and summoning lightning bolts from the sky. Welcome to the world, guys. You will become more aware when you realize the fact that 99% of people on this earth are fucking retarded.
I guess. Okay, let's talk about Highguard, which is truly one of the games of all time. So, like I mentioned, it launched with almost 100,000 concurrent players, very huge numbers, and then almost immediately lost about 90% of them. Now, I am not going to jump on Jeff Keighley too hard for this one. I genuinely do not know what it was that he saw in this game because after watching.
You want me to tell you what he saw in it? You're not gonna like what I tell you he saw in it. I'll say it. Hey, undisclosed sponsors, motherfuckers be getting them. I'll die on that hill. There ain't no way brother promoted that shit without getting the bag. Sorry, man. I'ma just say it.
Watching some gameplay, it's pretty rough, and I think the conversation probably went something like this. Jeff played a demo, fell in love for reasons unknown, told the devs, I am giving you a primetime slot in this year's Game Awards. And they were probably like, are you sure, Jeff? I don't know, maybe a smaller slot, maybe a tweet. And Jeff said, no, final spot, trust. And then he pointed finger guns at them and he walked away.
Nope. The dev said, we will give you $5 million to promote this game, but you can't say that it's an ad. We want the final spot. And Jeff Keighley looked at his kids. They had cancer. And he said, finally, I can afford the operation. Fine, if that's what it takes. And then he did it. Yep.
Reality happened, and it turns out much
I know
like
he did it.
everyone was expecting.
I don't know he
The
did it.
game is not great. Now, to try and be super fair, I
When you say game's not great, you mean the game is dog shit.
do think the internet was also kind of hunting for something. You know, everyone was
Sure.
looking for the next Concord. They wanted a new punching bag, and Highguard showed up at exactly the wrong moment with maximum spotlight on
No,
them.
she's
and
right.
I don't think most people are rooting for games to fail. Highguard was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and this is just yet another sign that people are so over the modern slop. We are tired. We just want good games, and we want to be excited about good games. And when something gets hyped up like that and it does not deliver, it's gonna get roasted. Now, had this not been announced like it was at the Game Awards, had they just been left alone and done their own thing, they probably would have been fine. It would have launched to a much smaller group, and they would have had the time to make changes and develop, and that could still happen. I really am hoping that they will be able to turn it around. Speaking of turning things around, oh, Ubisoft. I really did not think that it could get much worse for them after last year, and I have conflicting feelings about all of this. Part of me wants to do the Death Note meme, but the other part of me, this is a company that I used to love, running across rooftops as Ezio, Pagan Min being one of my favorite villains ever.
Pagan Min was so good. I love the fact that in Far Cry, if you just stay still and do nothing, you actually just beat the game. Like Easter eggs like that were so good. I will say I was never the biggest Assassin's Creed fan. I never gave the game a chance. Maybe I should. I just heard they're horrifically overrated, but I'm open to trying one.
Cousins performing Rasputin on Just Dance because we took that game way too seriously.
was great, too.
Ubisoft used to have the special sauce, so seeing where they are now, it's pretty rough. And we are only 1 month into the Grand 2.6, and already 6 games canceled, including the Prince of Persia remake that they announced like 5 years ago. 7 more games have been delayed, 2 studios shut down. They have a €1 billion loss expected this year, and the stock is in the dump.
And Persona 6 is still nowhere to be found.
Now, there are lots of reasons for why this is happening, and some people want to blame the market, but for Ubisoft, I think it is pretty simple. They stopped making great games. And that is a crazy take, I know, but clearly their priorities shifted to monetization models, internal HR initiatives, consulting firms telling them what modern players really want, and then just picking fights with their own audience base. Do you remember when their subscriptions guy said that players need to get comfortable not owning their own games? Not how do we make games that people will love, but how do we extract maximum value from people that we don't even like?
Yep.
And when Ubisoft's games underperform, do they
It's
reflect?
crazy, right?
Nope. Outlaws undersold, they blamed Star Wars. Shadows got backlash, they called it a battle that they fought and won. A battle with their own customers. And their plan to fix things moving forward, more empty open worlds, more live service. The same exact formula that got them here, which is literally the definition of insanity.
What the fuck was this game called again? I can't remember what this was. This is, what is this? This is Assassin's Creed, right? And this is like Yamtaro or some shit. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Okay. How'd the game do? How'd it perform? Is it out? Yasuke? Yeah. How'd the game go? Not good. Out and shit. Okay. That's what I thought.
Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results, which I do have to point out that a character from their own game, Far Cry 3, actually quotes. So that is one side of the coin. Now, let me show you the other side. While Ubisoft is collapsing, Sven Vinka casually posts that Divinity Original Sin 2, a game from 2017, just had its best sales month since launch. How does that even happen? Well, Sven says it's pretty simple. They make great games and they respect and like their players. At the Game Awards, they announced their return to Divinity, their most ambitious game yet, bigger than Baldur's Gate 3, and you could just feel the passion radiating off of it. But shortly after that, they hit a bit of controversy over sharing that they were using Gen AI tool experimentation, which personally, I think the whole blow up over this was a bit ridiculous.
I don't give a fuck if people use AI in video games. If it means companies can make video games faster with a higher quality, and I'll be real, Claire Obscure looked fucking amazing. I don't care if developers use AI to speed up development times. I fucking hate when games are announced 5 years in advance, and I'm just fucked. Use the tools that are disposable to you, that will not hinder the quality of a game when used properly with the assistance of human-assisted AI, and I think that's completely fine. I don't care. If you liked E33, you should agree with my opinion because they did the same thing.
They were just trying to be transparent about their creative process, but anyway, with all of that, what did they do when they were hit with that backlash? Did they gaslight everyone? Did they call it a battle? Nope. They held a Reddit town hall with Sven, the art team, the writers answering questions directly. It is clear that they have a lot of passion and love for what they do and for their audience. Look no further than all of the free content that they released the past 2 years for Baldur's Gate, and after 20 million copies and all of those awards,
I need to beat Baldur's Gate 3, man. I do. I'm gonna play Baldur's Gate after Witcher.
they are still indie. They even chose to walk away from the Baldur's Gate franchise for now, which would have been a guaranteed money printer for them because they wanted to work on something they were more passionate about and deliver the most amount of value for their fans. Same industry, but completely opposite results. I think it really does come down to two questions. Do you like the game you are working on? And do you like the people you are making it for? Because when the answer to both is yes, you get Larian. When the answer to both is no, you get Ubisoft. Side note.
If you get the answer yes, you also get Team Cherry. Bro, Team Cherry has got to be the best group of impassioned devs I've ever seen. I can't get over how they just made two masterpieces back to back, bro. Like Hollow Knight and Silksong were just out of this fucking world, bro. And knowing how small their development team was and hearing the stories about how they could have gotten out sooner, but they were having too much fun, so they wanted to add in more. Fuck, and for $20 you get those games. I find it so hard to believe that if someone plays Hollow Knight and they stick with it for 2 hours and they beat the whole thing 112%, I don't know how that doesn't break their top 10 video games of all time. It is so fucking good, especially if you're a fan of Metroidvania. Man, then the new DLC coming out for Silksong. Oh my God, what is it called? Like Tainted Shores or some shit? I can't wait, man.
Note, I did finally play DOS 2 over the holidays. I was one of those post-spike sales. The hype got to me. What can I say? And the whole time I was playing, I kept saying, this reminds me of Baldur's Gate 3. So if you are into CRPGs, I highly recommend it. It is a very well done game. Whew, okay, that was a lot, but if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for being here. Like I said at the start, it has been a while, but you know.
You did great. This was an amazing video. I hope everybody goes and likes and comments and subscribes to their channel. Absolutely wonderful human being, amazing content, and I love hearing a female's perspective on how women need to chill the fuck out with saying every character needs to be ugly. Love that channel. Huge fucking W's.
I've noticed a growing sentiment among people is that there was complaints out there that, you know, my videos used to be very narrative driven, you know, like I would make a video and it was a very deep dive and very involved in what the game was, you know, or whatever the topic was of that video. And then people recently have been saying, Sam, you know, they're all right, but they're very just goofs and gags with your friends, just you guys having a fun time, not so much like a point to the video, you know. And I look back at it and I was sitting there thinking, like, where did it all go wrong? Where did I fall apart at? And I realized it was my fucking kids. That's where it fell. The second one, it came out in January. And so then my wife's on maternity leave, right? And she's right fucking there. Like out in the house. I am not gonna play a single player game and just fucking losing my mind at this game with my wife able to hear me in the rest of the house. I'm not gonna do it. This lady barely respects me as is. She somehow, fucking look at me. She somehow looks at me and goes, I will have sex with that every now and then. I don't want to break whatever magic spell I have loosely grabbing her right now by fucking screaming at a single player game. So I started, relying on my friends. They're a great group of people to help me kind of make multiplayer videos where we're just kind of joking around and stuff, and then somehow turn that into like a video of some sorts, right? So now the daughter is off at daycare. Wife, it's 2021, baby. Bitch is going back to work. Daddy's alone in the house. After like a month of basically straight masturbating, I have decided it's time to get back to work. Now, what's the one thing you guys have been asking for non-stop for the past fucking 6 months? Kimchi. My last Kimchi video was fucking insane. There's this faction in Kimchi that's like cannibals, right? It's an entire civilization of cannibals. And I was going to subjugate these people. I was going to massacre them with my own civilization of women, where the women, it's a matriarchal society. Women are on top, and guys, oh, it's rough, dude. The guys just lay on their back and let the women do all the work. It's the worst thing ever. But I felt it was my duty as a content creator to show women, to show the 1% of my audience that are female, that women are not only strong and capable, but that men are okay with having them do all the work. So I naturally load up the game and I'm like, hey, let's hop back into that, because I didn't finish the whole cannibal thing. It was supposed to be a 2-part series. And so I crank open Kimchi and I go over here to the load game thing, and I hit the load game thing, and there's no save here because I forgot I got a new fucking hard drive and I didn't save the fucking save for Kimchi from the I just erased and made a new partition on my old hard drive. So
Balls.
Start again? Humble beginnings. My 5 women that will soon conquer all of the cannibal wasteland. I've deemed this save the dawn of a new feminist era. By the end of this, these are going to be queens at the top
Just queens.
of a mountain of cannibal skulls.
Wow.
That's the worst that could happen. All right, last time we just went to the cannibal area, and like I tried to just invade that shit. Sam's educated now. Sam learned how to read since then. I've become literate, and watching other people's conquering techniques has let me in on some little key pieces of knowledge. You don't just immediately set up in the place where you plan on attacking. That's stupid. First, you got to set up somewhere other than the place you want to conquer, and then you come in with an overwhelming force. Update. We're in the middle of Auckland territory still. I found a guy passed out on the floor. He's a robot. Oh, fuck me. I found like these starving bandits are trying to fucking kill me. Wait a second. I have the robots on my back, which I fully repaired.
Burgling gnomes. The church in the woods? Okay.
back to Creepcast. Today we are diving into a creepy pasta legend straight from creepypasta.com called The Church in the Woods. It's a 5-parter written by Vingle W, which I think is just Angel W. The A is upside down.
Yes, I believe it's Angel W. This person has written a ton of stories on creepypasta.com. All of them are like multi-part. So they have Foxes Don't Ask Questions, The Great Occam Cobb, which looks like it's about a magician, The Dryad Woods, and Insula. So very prolific. Insula is 15 parts. So they're writing like novel length works. I've got okay, I'm gonna have to do something. I have this stupid earpiece in my ear now because my audio messed up in the last one. So I have to listen to myself talk. So every time I say something, it echoes in my ear, and I'm about to lose my mind.
Is it delayed, or is it just you can hear yourself and you don't like it?
Yes, it's delayed a little bit because
horrible.
the recording's delayed a little bit by a half second.
That's no bueno.
So it's awful. Everything I say, I echo. It feels like I'm going mad. Anyway, Angel W. The Church in the Woods has been recommended a lot. It is a 5-part story. It's been recommended a lot along with ones like Accounts from a Lonely Broadcast Station, which is something else we'll probably get to before too long. But I've wanted to check this one out. Obviously, it has all the tales that I like in a story, weird religion, and woods. So, you know, I'm already here. I'm locked in.
I'm excited too.
Woo!
It's also nice to be back in the creepypasta realm. Also, just want to say thank you guys we have had so many submissions on our subreddit that it feels like it feels nice to see so many people coming out and writing shit. It's just awesome. So if you want to write something and have people read it, I've been seeing a lot of people upvoting stuff and commenting on stuff, so that's sick. So go there and check it out if you want to be a part of that community of people writing short stories. It's fucking sick. Also, just want to give a shout out to our patrons. Thank you, patrons. We appreciate you so much and hope you enjoy all that juicy extra content over on the Patreon. If you're interested in that, check it out in the bio. And as always, check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you prefer listening to this on the audio side, give us a nice rating there. It does help. Isaiah, let's run part 1 on this shit. The Church of the Woods, part 1. The Dream.
The Church in the Woods. Thank you guys so much for everything. It's especially funny to talk about everyone submitting stuff to the subreddit and then not having an episode about the subreddit. It would be very funny if we never do it again. Like we encourage everyone to come on and post stuff.
It was too fun the first time. I think but it's going to be something where it needs to be a nice balance where we read some stuff, some classics and all that jazz of stuff that is written a long time ago and that has a nice place in people's hearts, and then we come back and then we keep touching on it until inevitably the show just becomes reading fan stories, because that's because we've covered every other story under the sun.
Right, we eventually read everything that has ever been written online except us became the only place that new stuff is being created. That's a great idea. So how old will we be then? Like 140?
All right. Without further ado, let's get into it. The Church in the Woods. I also legitimately thought that we have read this story 6 times. It's because we've done Spire in the Woods,
The Spire in the Woods,
Camp, or like Oakwood. There's been a lot of stuff of like buildings in woods.
Deep Woods.
Yeah, a lot of stuff like that. And if there's any kind of AC/DC reference in this, then I will know that it's actually all the same story, just reskinned.
Okay. All right. The Church in the Woods, part 1. I had a weird dream last night. It wasn't like your normal everyday dream. It was very disturbing to me. I wouldn't consider it a nightmare, but I know I'll never forget it. It still brings a shiver just thinking about it. Before the dream, everything was normal. Saturday had arrived after a long, tiring week of work. I was an IT technician. It was the kind of job where we would assist customers varying from software issues to networking ones. Occasionally, the job would require us to meet them on their turf to provide on-site service. Unfortunately for me, I wore multiple hats, which meant I had to tackle most on-site visits. Some would think of me as a versatile, irreplaceable employee.
Right, we survived that, thank God.
I, however, couldn't look past the glaring fact that the company was just being too cheap to hire others, opting to milk every ounce it could get from us, their understaffed employees. You can see why I would spend most of my weekdays only sleeping or watching television. Basically, anything that required the least amount of work or movement. Unfortunately, these tactics made them fly by faster than usual. There's nothing worse than expediting your rest days to your work ones. This weekend, I decided to mix it up a bit. Instead of my usual lazy days around my apartment, I decided to venture out and visit my parents. I hadn't been home in 2 years, and I couldn't remember the last phone call I made to them. So, I figured I was overdue for a visit. Home was around 50 miles away, but that didn't seem too bad compared to most people I knew. I had plenty of friends who were clear across the country from their folks, so I knew I had no room to complain. To be honest, I was looking forward to the drive. The ones in the morning were the best, watching the sun gradually rise, feeling the cool breeze while coasting the near empty streets, absent a river of traffic.
Nice.
Is there a better time to travel? I couldn't wait to see my dad or my stepmom either. I could already picture the two of them ambushing me with hugs while releasing a barrage of questions about how everything was going in my life, and I haven't even gotten to the best part, home-cooked meals. Energized by these thoughts, I quickly packed up a few things, toothbrush, clothes for one night, towels, and anything else I thought I might need. For a second, I thought about giving them a quick heads-up call to let them know I was coming, but refrained, thinking it would be better if my visit was unannounced. By the way, how do you live 50 miles away from your parents and you haven't seen them in 2 years?
I'll tell you what, that's optimization is what it is. I honestly have not had more respect for a character to because that is I don't know how you do that. Even just like you don't bump into him at all, not once. It's kind of impressive if I'm being completely honest. I was like something like 50 miles.
That
God,
is optimization.
damn, dude, 2 years. Holy hell! All right.
Like he can go see them after work if he wanted to.
I'm even just saying
no Christmases, no birthdays.
2 years, you haven't even like bumped into him at a grocery store or like at a gas station. I mean, like 50. I mean, you never know. I mean, I don't know. It's just impressive.
That's a conscious effort.
100%.
At some point.
Exactly.
Yeah. After my car was loaded, I pulled out of my apartment area and began the drive. As expected, the sun had barely peaked beyond the horizon. The drive itself was smooth and fluent with barely any other cars on the road, just the way I liked it. As early as it might have seemed to some people, my parents were early birds. They got up at the crack of dawn to maximize their day, taking care of small things throughout it. Cutting grass, morning runs, errands, etc. It didn't take long before I reached my old hometown. I was met with the familiar setting, rendering old memories. Almost at every angle, I could recall some event from my life while growing up. It wasn't until I looked in the rear mirror that I noticed I had a smile pressed on my face. This guy's a psychopath. There was no hiding it. I was happy to be home.
It's gotta read like that, right? You live 50 miles from your parents. You haven't seen him 2 years. He like looks in the mirror and he's unconsciously smiling. Oh God, I'm just so happy. I didn't know what this feeling was. Yeah, what was this feeling?
Happiness. Is that what this is? Could this be what that means?
It is so foreign to me. Happiness.
It's like Patrick Bateman driving.
I am a shell. You may touch flesh, but there is no one there.
Eventually, I reached my neighborhood, turning onto the street where my parents lived. From the distance, I could see their house at the far end to the right. I drove down the street, glancing left and right, attempting to see if old neighbors were still present at their homes. Just from a glance, I could recognize what houses had new people and which ones had familiar faces. Only a few were actually up and outside. One person in particular was Mr. Harris. He was infamous for always attending this yard. He was mainly seen cutting his grass and did so in a full jumpsuit regardless of how hot or cold the weather shifted. Vaguely resembled the ones prisoners would wear, except it was navy blue instead of a bright orange. I reached my parents' house and parked next to the mailbox. The driveway had my dad's car in it. My stepmother's car was usually kept inside the garage since it was a newer vehicle. The house itself was fairly big. It was 2 stories with all white siding that made up its exterior. It had burgundy shutters to accompany each window and a decent-sized porch with a bench on it. After parking my car and walking up to the door, I could already see the screen door closed to allow the cool air to run through. The aroma of bacon and egg.
What the fuck is so funny?
The aroma.
What the fuck are you giggling about?
I'm sorry.
God, after my car parked. Yes. Yes.
I'm just,
The fuck are you talking
sorry,
about?
I'm laughing.
He smelled
I'm
bacon.
laughing because
Yes.
it's been so detailed, every layer of it. And when it started mentioning Mr. Harris in a jumpsuit, I'm like, oh, is that guy like, I wonder if that guy's going to show up later as a killer or something. So then as I'm reading like the description of the house and bacon, I just started thinking how funny it would be if Mr. Harris just sprinted down the street, just beat him to death
Just
in the middle
scissor
of this
kicks the narrator.
completely normal day. Yeah.
You know, and even you saying that makes you think of that fucking scene in Get Out where the guy's like running straight at him in the woods or whatever.
Yes, that's exactly what. Yeah, where he's just sprinting full speed. You get it? Yeah. He's just like, oh, the aroma of bacon, the beautiful old sister.
Bacon and eggs in his hand. He has a cast iron skillet of bacon and eggs. Breakfast.
like the narrator's just like, oh, I'm happy to see mom again, and you just hear like just off the sidewalk. Anyway, yeah, I had to get that out. The more idyllic the scene gets, the funnier the bit got in my head. The aroma of bacon and eggs filtered outward along with the sounds of talking and moving around. Despite still, I'm sorry, I need to get this giggle fit out of my system. Despite still having a key to the place, I rang the doorbell. Instantly, I heard.
Just take a fucking minute to laugh. Just take one fucking, just count to 60 and laugh your ass off.
Listen. When I read, I heard I saw the word footsteps in the next line. So now it's like, maybe he is about to come sprinting down the street. Like, I'm gonna be honest, man. The AC in my office isn't working. It's like 85 degrees in here. I'm hot. I'm dehydrated.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Losing my mind.
I'll tell you what. Then get a wet fucking towel, a cold wet towel, and a glass of water, and calm the fuck down, because you sound fucking insane. Like you're freaking me out. If anything, the real creepypasta today is like being on a Discord call with somebody that's giggle fit.
Frustrated.
And even you saying giggle fit, I was like, what in the hell? I gotta get this giggle fit out of here.
Okay, do I sound like Hank Hill?
You gotta sound like Bill Dotrieve to me. But Hank? Bill Dotrieve?
Bill Dotrieve?
Bill Dotrieve.
Oh, but his buddy on
Hank.
King of the Hill, that's right.
It's all right, I got the giggle. I got the giggle fits. Also, it would have been funny if you said giggle shits. You ever laugh really hard while you're shitting and then you fart and it goes in rhythm with your laugh?
Well, thank you for saying that. It immediately got rid of anything I found funny.
Okay. Well, I had diarrhea one time and that happened, and it was like literally like a water fight with my asshole.
Here we go. Okay. All right. Is that it? Is that mercifully short?
Yep.
The story? I heard my dad's voice grumpily question out loud who would be visiting at this hour. I could hear his footsteps walking over until he emerged into the entrance hallway. I could see his eyes widen and a smile grow on his face. He called out for my stepmother to come over to him. When she did, I was met with a loud cry of joy as she raced over to the door, opening it, pulling me into a vice grip hug.
Man, I wish I had one of those. I haven't had one of those happen in a long time. Someone scream out of enjoyment that you're like showing up to their house. It only happened it's happened like maybe twice in my life, and it was great every time.
That was such a sad, forlorn statement.
Okay, in hindsight, I do agree. It was pretty sad, but more so, in my mind, I was thinking about the last time someone actually looked, man, they do Hunter, oh, and they come over and they hug you. It happened twice. I think both. I think literally both times too. It was never my family. So it was like a friend.
You're making it so much worse. The fact that you're just randomly out of the blue, like, man, I miss that. I miss when someone would love me like that, would hug me that way.
Nah, I was just joking around. It happens all the time.
Gonna make some money.
Okay. Anyway, after about a 10-minute moment of hugs and greetings, I was finally able to settle in. Brought all my stuff into my old room, which was in the basement. The basement, of course, was finished and had a big television in front of a couch along with the washer and dryer down there. It was almost like a second living room, perfect for having guests over or even a tenant for renting. The day went by fairly quick. I spent most of it talking to them. I spent most of it talking to them about my job, politics in the world, and other recent events. It wasn't until the evening arrived when my dad announced that in his spare time, he had managed to convert all of the old homemade movie tapes onto DVDs. My dad was always the type to keep busy. He worked hard throughout the week and even on the weekends because he was unable to cope with the downtime. It was in these times that he would keep himself busy with small side projects. These projects varied from big ones like installing new floorboards to small ones like planting fresh flowers outside. Apparently this time, his project had been converting the old tapes before they became too bad to view. We decided to spend that evening watching the old movies to gawk and laugh at the old days in our lives. He popped in the first disc and left temporarily to use the bathroom. The video appeared to be during Christmas time. The footage was very grainy, producing a few white streaking lines across the screen. The timestamp in the corner read December 25th, 1991. In the video, we could see a big tree in the background, heavily decorated with tinsel and ornaments. Below it, a multitude of presents covered the floor, varying in size. Off to the side was my mother, my real mother, very young in appearance. She must have been at least in her mid-20s at the time. I didn't get a chance to know her. My father had informed me she had died when I was too young to remember. I only recognized her from photos I had seen lying around. It wasn't until I was old enough that my father explained her death was in fact a murder.
Jesus.
Some crazy loon had broken into their apartment, shot her. That did kind of come out of nowhere.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I forgot to tell you though. Hey, your mom got shot in her apartment a while back. That's why you didn't know her. Anyways, yeah, Christmas this year was crazy.
This Christmas was crazy. There's your mother before she was shot to death by some madman.
By some lunatic. by some freak that broke into her house and killed her. It's no big deal. So I totally blanked on that. I don't know why I didn't tell you.
I feel like I haven't heard the word lunatic. Or sorry, loon. I haven't heard some crazy loon, like it's out of a 20s comic.
I just can't believe that this guy hasn't told his son that his mom was shot in the face.
Well, he did later when he was older. He didn't explain it to a 5-year-old.
Yeah, but I think even like what? How old do you have to be? I mean, I don't know.
How old do you be when you tell your son that his mom was shot?
I don't know, 10?
10 to 12
seems fair.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he told him at 10.
Well, it sounded like he said that it wasn't until I was old enough that my father. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought he was just saying it right now. Like this is the first time. My bad. I misread that.
No. He's saying that when he was a little kid, his dad just said, "Oh, she died when you were young." And then when he got old enough, he explained it. Yeah.
No, okay. I misread. For a second, I thought he was just like, "Yeah, I don't know what happened to your mom." And then now on this visit, he's just like, "By the way, she got shot in the face. Her head exploded."
Your mom got shot in the face. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. That'd be really funny if like, what if I had some trauma like that and I just never told you?
I wouldn't give a shit. Not my place.
Yeah, well, that's kind of sad. It's like, we're friends and stuff. I thought maybe you'd care.
I mean, if you told me, I'd be like, that's crazy. But at the same time, if you never indulged that your mom was, if her head got blown up by a bullet, I'd be like, well, I know that's for him. It's fine. Or wait, are you saying that you're the one who shot the woman? Did you shoot your mom? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying if I had like some trauma like that and you just didn't know.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't care.
Know.
You wouldn't care. That's what you're saying.
Know.
You're saying you wouldn't care. Yeah, you wouldn't care. I want to take a quick moment to thank today's sponsor, Factor. Summertime is here and there's so much to do, so why would you want to spend the hours while the sun is up inside around a hot kitchen? And when you're trying to eat fast, it can be hard to also eat healthy. But thankfully, today's sponsor, Factor, has you covered. Factor powers your day from sun up to sundown with nutritious breakfasts, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts. In just 2 minutes, you can heat, eat, and enjoy. Plus, Factor lets you eat the way you want, with options like Calorie Smart, Keto, Protein Plus, and even vegan dishes. And if you like to walk on the gourmet side of life, then you should try some of Factor's fancier options like broccolini or salmon and truffle butter with Factor's Gourmet Plus meals. With 45 menu options every week and snack options on top of that, I'm sure you'll find something you love. Each meal is chef-crafted and dietitian approved and perfectly designed to make my wife and I get into fights over who gets what. And the best part about Factor is there's no prep work, no grocery lines, and virtually no cleanup. That's because if you head to the link in the description at factormeals.com/creepcast50off and use the code creepcast50off, you'll get 50% off your first Factor box plus free shipping.
That is right, half off and free shipping. Again, just use promo code CreepCast50off at factormeals.com/CreepCast50off to get in on this incredible offer today. Thank you to Factor for sponsoring the show. We are now back to the episode.
Some crazy loon had broken into their apartment and shot her. He didn't really like to speak about it, and I didn't blame him. Because of his feelings, never pressed him more about it. The camera in the movie set fixated without shaking, giving the assumption that it was on a stand. Soon after, my father appeared from behind the camera to join her on the ground. He too was young in appearance. It was strange to see them this way and brought about a small amount of laughter for me. Both seemed to have their eyes fixated on something. It wasn't until my dad adjusted the camera that I could see that something was me. There I was, a younger version of myself. Checking the timestamp on the screen confirmed that I was 1 year old. I watched in awe as my younger self hobbled around curiously, grabbing small things around the apartment. Occasionally, he would render a smile to my parents whenever they called out my name in a soft tone. The moment was nice until the screen went to complete static. The sound was a little distorted, but it was clear the video was not over. I could make out what sounded like a knock at the door from the audio. I wasn't sure entirely. My dad returned just as this happened and went over the television, cursing at it. Finally ejected the DVD and popped in a new one, informing us that the rest of the tape must have been too bad for the full record. Yet, we didn't let that hinder the moment and prepared ourselves as the next disc loaded up. After a long evening of laughing and admiring our younger images on the home movies, we decided to call it a night. We said our goodnights with my stepmother, promising to cook us all a big breakfast tomorrow. I made my way back downstairs and changed into my pajamas, eventually laying on my old bed. I lay there for a couple of minutes, just smiling to myself, still thinking about the videos and other times I had while growing up. Without realizing it, I found myself asleep. Now, this is when it all happened. This is when I had the dream. In this dream, I found myself back in that old apartment I had viewed with my parents earlier in the home movie. It was odd though. Unlike the angle the camera appeared in the video, I was standing offset of it. It was an angle that did not appear in the video, and yet somehow I could see more of the apartment with greater detail. From the kitchen in the back, its sink full of dishes, to the pictures hanging on the wall. I wasn't sure how this amount of detail was applied because clearly I was just a child at the time, and remembering this would be impossible. There was a possibility that my brain was just filling the gaps of the apartment with places I had seen and been to. But deep down I thought otherwise. It felt like everything being presented was exactly how it was at the time. That's really cool. That is cool. Having a dream about the house he was in as a child. Around the apartment, it was clearly Christmas time, like in the video. I continued to look around, noticing my dad standing behind the camera exactly like in the video and my mother sitting on the floor in view of it. As if on cue, he walked from behind the camera and sat next to my mother. It was literally like being present in the footage, scene for scene.
That's pretty fun.
I attempted to grab my parents' attention. I tried calling out to them, waving, and even touching them, but it was like I didn't exist. They couldn't see or hear me, and my hands went through them almost as if I was a ghost. My dad then shifted the camera to where I could hear my younger self cooing and hobbling around on my side. I watched as the younger me began playing with a book, curiously trying to figure out the subject. Suddenly, there came a loud banging at the door. The noise startled me, my parents included. I watched as my dad rose and went back to check the door. The door itself had a small peek hole. I recalled that I remember hearing what sounded like a knock on a door from the distorted video. I heard my dad mumble something in a confusing tone. It was something around the grounds if the peek hole was either being covered or that someone was standing really close to it. At this moment, I got an uneasy sensation in my stomach. For whatever reason, I got the feeling that opening that door would be a mistake. However, before I could react, my dad unbolted the locks and opened the door. He was immediately struck with the barrel of a gun. I watched in horror as he grabbed his now bleeding head in pain. The assailant kicked my father back, causing him to fall over next to my mother. My mother let out an ear-splitting scream in fear. The assailant came through the door, shutting it softly behind and locking the bolt across. Afterwards, the assailant gave off a hissing shush sound to my parents. Hearing the voice confirmed that it was a man. I stood silent, pointing the long-barreled gun at my frightened parents. I too was frozen in fear, even knowing I couldn't be seen. The man wore a long black cloak over his body with a hood draped over his head. A few chains looped from his waist connecting his hip. When I looked closer, There were several faint gray inverted crosses on the side of his hood and on the back of his cloak. Is this guy part of some twisted religion?
Kind of reminds you of like the Zodiac Killer a bit,
Carefully
right? Like that vibe.
Carefully made my way around him. He remained in the same position, appearing to not show any indication of my presence. Yet I still wasn't taking any chances. When I finally reached a good angle to see his face, my heart dropped. He was wearing a pale white mask over his face. The mask was glossy. The eye holes were wide open along with the mouth, both completely veiled in black. It gave off an eerie chill. It was as if the mask itself was frozen in a fear, emitting an ear-splitting scream for its life. We all just remained still for what felt like an hour. Finally, my dad managed to mutter a question to the man, asking him why he was doing this. The man, of course, remained silent, ignoring the question. My mother was still whimpering to herself while my dad kept his head low, applying pressure to the wound on his head. He repeated his question with more anger in his tone. The man finally made a move. Taking out a second pistol from within his robes with his other hand, he raised and pointed it in my direction. My heart began rapidly pounding against my chest more than it had before. Could the man finally see me? Had he always been able to? I raised my hands up in a surrendering pose while backing up a little. When I did, I realized the angle of the gun was slightly off. He was pointing it in my direction, but not at me exactly. I turned my head to see that he was in fact pointing the gun at me. The younger me, though. My mother let out another loud shriek when the man had the gun in the direction of my 1-year-old self. Of course, being 1 year old, I didn't seem bothered by the gun. In fact, I was still playing around with the book from earlier, oblivious to the whole situation. What was the man planning? Why did he break in to begin with? He clearly did not want anything from my parents. They didn't have anything expensive at the time. More importantly, why was he pointing a gun at a 1-year-old child? My heart dropped even further when I heard him cock the gun. What reason would he have for doing this? What would it accomplish? My mother attempted to move towards me, but the man refocused his other gun on her, cocking the weapon as well. I looked back at my younger self, who in turn looked up at the man, giving a blank, innocent stare. The man appeared unfazed, solid in his stance. I could see his finger slowly squeezing the back of the trigger, heart still racing. I quickly moved in the path of the gun, hoping to obscure his view. Realizing it wouldn't make a difference, I decided to grab the gun, but my hand passed through it like before. I couldn't touch him. His finger gradually continued to squeeze back on the trigger. It was like viewing the moment in slow motion, taking forever to occur. Unexpectedly, I found my mind being flooded with images. They were images of people. They looked to be people I knew throughout my life, almost like a photo album. Endless images of moments and faces flashed by. I saw my mother, my father, friends I had known, girlfriends I had relations with, everyone. They continued appearing one after the other, and as they did, I felt a pulsating pain grow in my head. I couldn't take all the images at once. It was too much, and yet they persisted. I found myself on my knees as the images began appearing at a faster rate. I was now gripping my head, almost shaking uncontrollably until they ceased without warning. The air felt cold. The warm colors around transitioned literally to a grayscale color. I looked up slowly, and when I did, saw the flash of the barrel go off, followed by the sound of a loud bang. I turned around to find the lifeless body of my younger self lying on his back. A pool of blood quickly formed around him. The air was silent. My parents were speechless, frozen in disbelief. The man lowered his gun eventually, letting it drop to the ground. We all remained silent and completely still. He proceeded to lift his hand, removing his hood. Afterwards, he slowly removed the mask from his face. My eyes could not comprehend what they viewed. This man, the murdering psychopath, religious nutcase's face was my face. He had the same face as me, current age me. Tears formed in my eyes and slowly made their way down his face. Tears formed in his eyes and slowly made their way down his face. I turned to my parents. A small smile formed across his face. It wasn't a twisted, evil smile or a satisfied one. No, his smile in his eyes had a deep sense of sympathy. With it, he spoke with quivering words.
I'm sorry. I had to. I did you a favor. Forgive me.
Without warning, a blinding white light appeared out of nowhere, completely engulfing me. I could see a face appearing amidst the white. Before I could make it out, I immediately jolted awake by the alarm on my cell phone. I set up quickly. The dream was still burning in my mind with every excruciating detail. When I looked down at my hands, I found them trembling. I put them to my sweaty chest to feel my heart knocking around uncontrollably to no end. What the hell kind of a dream was that? After the dream, I couldn't fall back asleep again, or actually I didn't want to. It was just so disturbing and, more importantly, too realistic. Lucky for me, it hadn't been too early in the morning. Soon, my parents would wake up as well. This thought comforted me a little, for I didn't want to be alone. As expected, I could soon hear my stepmother adhering to her promise, cooking the large breakfast upstairs. Before heading up, I made sure to compass myself in the best manner I could. I didn't want them questioning me about the ordeal, even if it was just a dream. I wanted to prevent any reason to recall it, at least not at that moment. It was too soon. I ascended the stairs and made my way to the kitchen, where I was greeted happily. I, of course, lied about how I slept. We ate breakfast silently for the most part. Luckily, they were deeply involved with the Sunday paper, or they were on their tablets. After eating, I thanked them for the meal and promised I'd visit more often. I wanted to leave as quickly as possible, so I told them I had to leave early to prepare for work the next day. Packed up my things and said my goodbyes before entering my car. Meditating on that incident really helps me wrap my mind around it. It's helped me realize that it was just that, a dream. No deeper meaning to it other than my mind conjuring up a freakish set of images based off what I'd seen prior to. As time went on, the images began acting more like a dream. I said I would never forget it, and yet, like the typical one, it slowly was slipping away from me. I was ready to head back. Before I could turn my car on, my phone went off. On the other end was my boss. He asked me how I was doing and if I was willing to do an extended on-site service for a client, possibly for a week or two, depending on the number of computers. The project involved establishing networks and accounts and mentioning that the client would provide room and meals. Seeing nothing wrong with getting out of the office for a while, I agreed and asked who the client was. He told me this would be a service provided for an independent church.
That is end of part 1 of The Church in the Woods. I'm always a sucker for, and I like that they kind of did this weird, usually I think the dream trope thing can be kind of overplayed, but what I enjoyed about this was how detailed and kind of like haunting, just like a home invasion is, No, I mean, like obviously there's like the murder stuff, but just the idea of like breaking into somebody's house and this kind of thing, and being just like an ethereal fly on the wall. And watching not only yourself get killed, but like your parents, and then it unveiling to be you is sick. But I do think it sets it up to like, is he going to get indoctrinated by this like church? Because there's a little bit of religious symbolism with like the upside down cross stuff on this guy's like cloak or whatever, but kind of cool. I'm hoping that this goes into, and I think I love me a cult. Give me a cult.
If I had to guess, it seems like he has been eyed by the cult and now they're coming for him in some way, right? So maybe since he was a baby, maybe this is like what would have happened if his mother didn't like get in the way of the gun or sacrifice her life to save him. Maybe the cults wanted him dead for a while or something. Who knows? I will say the story saved itself for me because I kept reading and sure enough, it got better. I thought what it was implying is that he was having a vision in that dream of what actually happened that night. And then when he pulls off the mask and it's himself and like his younger self gets shot, that was better. Because I thought it was saying that that Christmas night in 1991 is when his mom died and his dad was going to show the family the recording of it.
Oh, yeah, no. You know what's kind of weird too is the Christmas aesthetic stuff can be so creepy.
What was that one story we read about a house that it's Christmas forever? That was one of Legati's, right?
Yes. Was it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a great story about how like it's the grandmother with the eternal Christmas and like it's like a dimension you go to. Yeah, that was
very
good.
surreal.
But I agree. Yes.
There's something so it's like just the colors and stuff. It's like a vomit of green and red and stuff, and everything's just like overly lit. A lot of like weird imagery of like Jesus in the nativity scene, and there's just a lot of like interesting visuals that are like very happy. It's like whenever something's uncannily happy around you, like everything's smiling, and it's just a very like overstimulating, like I don't know, like family happiness vomit of just shit. You know what I mean?
I have like these memories when I was a kid because my dad would always like do the nativity scenes and the Christmas lights at Christmas. So I have all these memories of being a little kid and like the woods around the house painted in these reds and greens, and like it's a very different time, right? It's a unique time. I think you get a lot of interesting stuff out of it.
Well, should we move on to part 2?
Part 2, the congregation room. I was particularly excited about this on-site job. Later on that evening, my boss called again and filled me in on more details about the request. He told me that traveling to the church would be quite a drive and that its location was in the countryside, secluded from most towns. He gave me strict instruction to abide by their basic rules and to not offend them by any means. Apparently, they had paid handsomely for the service, and he wanted to be sure our company kept every dime. He did note that I only had to respect their rules and not necessarily buy into any of their religious activities or anything. He told me to stop by the office in the morning for the necessary equipment. He promised that the company would reimburse me with the cost of travel and reminded me to call daily with any updates. I wasn't a big fan of religion, but I wasn't going to complain if they were providing food and a room for sleeping. Again, it was a change to get out of the office for a few days. That night, I quickly packed up enough items for 2 weeks into 2 big suitcases. After preloading my car, I set my alarm early, knowing that I would need to compensate for the drive. It was strange. My night was dreamless and it was quick. Felt as if I had closed my eyes for a second before I heard my alarm go off for the next day. What struck me even odder was the fact that I could not recall what had stirred me up the night before. I had a disturbing dream when visiting my parents. That much I knew, but of what specifically evaded my memory. I dismissed the thought, believing it to be for the best. Despite being tired from the early rise, I was up without a struggle and ready to embark. The outside air was cooler than I usually preferred. The sky was starless, almost like a dark veil was across it. I hopped in my car and kept the windows up this time with the heat at full blast. There were a few times where my eyes rolled back from the tiredness, but the radio helped keep the temptation at bay. I made the quick stop by the office to gather up all the necessary equipment needed for the job. My boss already had it packed and ready to be loaded upon my arrival. He wasn't there himself, but with help from third shift crew, I was able to load everything into my trunk. Afterwards, they provided me a set of GPS directions provided by my boss. Once I thanked the crew for helping, I made my way on the road. The further I drove, the more scarce the streetlights and other cars became. Before long, the sun had fully emerged, giving sight to the endless oceans of green pastures and cornfields. Eventually, though, even the pastures came to an end, and soon I found myself swallowed by the dense patch of trees. My car barely managed to remain on the thin, rough patch. Below, I could hear the rocks and twigs crunching under the wheels. I held my breath a few times, slowing my vehicle down, hoping to not incur a flat tire, which was the last thing I needed. After what felt like ages, I finally came across a fairly large building ahead. The building itself was an old structure, standing tall and stretched far back into the woods. Its appearance was withered, made of old wood, pale and decayed. It swayed a few times as the course of the wind, letting off a most disturbing groan as if suffering, wishing to be put out of its misery. Truly, it was amazing that such a building hadn't already collapsed. Continuing to approach, I could make out more of its structure. The building appeared to be 2 stories. Its front was rather plain, aside from the monotonous row of windows, a row of 3 that ran across the second floor. The windows themselves were elongated, running along the sides of the building as well. I was thrown off by the sight of the structure. I was sure my boss had informed me that this was to be a church. I wasn't much of a churchgoer, but the building before me looked more like an old warehouse or boarding home rather than a place of worship. The rugged path led up its entrance. In the front of a set of double doors, I could see a lone figure standing, waiting for my approach. It was an elderly man in his mid-50s in a gray suit and black tie. He immediately made his way to me when I parked. His walk was hobbled, but elegant in poise. A little hesitant, I gradually let down my window, greeted by his big toothy smile.
Afternoon, son,
He said in a strong country accent.
You are a technician we've been waiting for?
I was taken back by his overpowering cologne. It smelled like a poor concoction of baby powder and sunflower seeds. He was balding towards the top of his head, while his snowy white hair grew around the edge like a crescent. Team wrinkles were pressed across his face and seemed to grow in number with a smile. Slightly stuttering, I answered.
Yes, sir. Pleased to meet you.
He gave off an old man's chuckle, still housing his toothy grin.
There's no need to be shy, son. I'm Reverend Gary Gooden. You can call me Gary. Welcome to the Peach Herb County.
he said, extending out a hand. Nervously, I shook it.
I'd like to personally thank you for coming all the way out here. I know it must have been something for you, and I hope you didn't get too lost on your way over.
For some reason, I couldn't find my voice and only shook my head.
That's good. Look here. Why don't you swing your car right around to the other side, and I'll get one of my people to help you get your stuff settled in. You don't have to lift a finger, understand?
He gestured to the right-hand side of the building. I nodded and drove around as instructed and parked. Before I could even vacate the car, I jumped when stared ahead. What is that? Oh, when I stared ahead. Okay. There. Okay, there's some random grammatical errors in here. I'm just gonna put in, like, this sentence says there a man standing in front. I imagine it means to say there was a man standing in front. There was a man standing in front. I hadn't even seen him approach. Couldn't lie. He was much younger than the Reverend, but clearly older than me. He had slick black hair combed over to the side and wore a dark vest resting over a white button top with gray dress pants. He gave a slight wave while approaching my car. I exited and was greeted with a firm handshake.
Terrence Crow.
His accent wasn't as strong as the Reverend's.
Welcome to Peach Herb.
I could tell that his smile was forced. Even his eyes looked annoyed, but I thanked him.
You having any luggage on you? Yeah, it's in the back.
I unlocked the door. Before I could turn around, the man quickly swooped over to the passenger door, opened it, and pulled out both suitcases. He began making his way towards the front, gesturing me with his head.
You'll have to forgive my impatience. I was in the middle of something important before the Reverend had me pulled to assist you. That's all right. I know the feeling. You'd be surprised how often my boss does that to me. I sometimes wonder if he actually wants me to get the job done.
I joked, hoping to lighten the mood. He didn't laugh. I could hear his grunts as he struggled to carry the weight of my suitcases, occasionally swaying to the side. I felt guilty for letting him do so, but didn't want to impede on their hospitality. He led me around to the front through the double doors. I half expected to find the Reverend waiting for us with his grin, but he was nowhere to be seen.
I'm gonna die.
Inside, we came into what looked like a lobby area.
God damn
it was
it.
much nicer than I expected, completely different from the outside appearance. Inside, the air was cold, borderline comfortable. Perhaps it was the hint of honey and sunflowers in the midst that made it bearable. The lobby was a simple room. Everything around held a calm pearl white. It was filled with a few tables and chairs up against the wall. A golden chandelier hung from the ceiling, giving the bland room a more elegant feel. A red carpet led from the entrance to a set of closed double doors ahead. Two other doors sat at the left and right walls, both closed. The man led me inside, setting down the suitcases, took out a handkerchief from his vest pocket to wipe away the sweat from his brow.
This here's the lobby,
he finally said, tugging the handkerchief back into his pocket. Chuckled to myself as if that wasn't obvious.
I picked this article because, I don't know if that's the author of the article or just a person with the clap.
This is the face of chlamydia.
Kyle Shitty Life Decision Car Update.
Are you willing to share with us the dollar amount that you're behind currently?
I don't know.
You don't? Got a VR headset, like, closer to when they came out. I think I got, like, the first version of the Oculus. You look down, you're like, that's not my penis.
Could be a crackhead that got hold of the wrong stuff.
Crack kids, dude. We're crack kids. What's it like being a crack kid?
It's nice. It's nice. Very
crack
nice.
Kids. It's nice?
Mm-hmm.
It's enjoyable. You like it? You like how it feels?
I enjoy it.
Damn, dude. Here we are, episode 29, Boom Bang Pow. Crack kids. We're back once again. And
back again.
It feels good to be back, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
Feels good to be back, ladies and gents. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for supporting the show. We greatly appreciate it. Getting us to 29 episodes. I mean, hey, we've never missed a Monday yet. We're cooking over here. So thank you all for supporting. Make sure you drop a like if you enjoy the show, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, because we want to get 100K.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 100K would be awesome. And if we get 100K, we might get a plaque.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah, imagine a trophy.
Wow.
Have you ever won a trophy, like in a sport or anything?
Yeah, I don't think they were real metal, but yeah.
What'd you win?
Oh
Jesus.
Baseball? Like it was actually T-ball in first grade.
Fire. I liked wiffle ball a lot when I was in fourth.
And then soccer?
Okay.
I think also first grade.
Nice. You were just the goat in first grade.
Yeah.
Very
yeah, T-ball
athletic.
might have been kindergarten actually.
Damn.
Yeah. So maybe that. Yeah, because I think soccer was first grade. Yeah.
And you were just winning already?
Yeah.
You were a born winner.
Yeah.
I was not good at when I was young, my parents kind of threw me into like every sport.